throughout the vicinity, this beautiful courtyard of subtle gray and green bushes and trees, and you see that you're on a hill. The center of the city seems to be on some sort of a hilltop, and looking down you could see the perimeter wall itself made of like a dull gray with almost a purplish tint type stone, and across the crest of it you see these green lanterns that just alight with this soft green glow. And beyond that, beyond the barricades, your vision stretches out to see the entirety, it seems, of Rosanna. This incredible, vast metropolis, lit with thousands of the same little green lantern glows. You see stone and metal and dark clay making up all the structures in various sizes and shapes, some of which have been repurposed ruins of old that have been built upon and refurbished, some of which, at least closer to the center, appear to be extensions of an elvish domicile design that is familiar yet unfamiliar. In some ways slender and jagged, but beautiful and sleek. And then beyond that, you can see extending wards of the city that tend to be a little more patchwork and scattered. You can see distant bonfires that are lit in some of the streets, giving distinct orange glows that break up the rest of the green, sparkling lights that make up the entirety of your vision. It's beautiful. In the district beyond you, you can see these broken spires of curved metal that seem to have some sort of a more of industrious feel to it. You can see, well, you're guessing it's probably the firmaments, the way that it's guiding you towards it. Suddenly, you hear the screech kind of go through the sky above, and you glance up and instinctually duck. And in the dark night sky, you can see what looks to be a pack of ash-gray griffins passing overhead. Elements of green armor affixed to their bodies atop where you can see riders scanning the skies, about 12 of them, just kind of keeping watch over the vicinity.
That's one each if we, just decided to.
Essek leads you beyond the outer perimeter of this region and into this next area, which he tells you, welcome to the firmaments. This is the place of higher learning. This is where, well, based on what you have been talking about and your curiosity, perhaps you'll be returning to, maybe when this ordeal is done. Especially if you're looking for the professor. She is within the Marble Tomes Conservatory, and should be a unique meeting of minds I would like to be present for. But this way. Glides along and leads you to what looks to be a large curving stairway between two intricate pillars that digs beneath the ground. The path leading below. As you follow suit, you can feel kind of the cold temperature begin to get colder as you descend. The sound, just the echoing of the clacking of your feet on the stone steps. Each footfall getting seemingly louder as the quiet that approaches gets more and more deafening. Then the echoes begin to fade. About 5 minutes of travel down through this very wide, curving spiral, until you open up into a grandiose subterranean cavern. You can see what, it's about a quarter-mile across in every direction, and it appears it's some sort of a pillar that you've been spiraling down towards, and when you step out and walk along the side, there are 3 visible pillars that seem to rise up into the ceiling, which might be other ways of traversing down into what you can only assume is the Shadowshire. Now, the rough-hewn ceilings above, a couple 100 feet above you, glow with a blue moss that fills in the nooks and crannies between what looks to be protruding bits of rough rock and crystals and other bits of strange exposed ore that kind of glimmers in the way that the soft glow hits it in certain angles as you walk by. The base of the cavern around you is a surprisingly bustling new neighborhood of stone and glass, lit with the same green lantern light. The streets are filled with drow, and it seems primarily drow down here. Essek leads you onward towards an iron structure. You can see the faces of people nearby kind of watching as you pass, some of them with a look of discomfort and surprise, others just genuine curiosity, but they seem to not pay mind with Essek leading the pack, especially since he's leading you towards what looks to be an iron structure designed for a more daunting task with its spiked